All right, let's lie down on our backs with our feet on the floor. So feet planted, a bend in the knees, arms down by your sides. Good. We're going to take the hands up over the chest, interlace the fingers and turn them inside out. And reach up towards the ceiling, but keep your head on the ground. So you're reaching up towards the ceiling, but keep the back of the head down. Nice, yeah. Shoulder blades come up off of the floor as you do this reach. So shoulder blades are lifting, but the spine is down and the head is down. Good, and then release the shoulder blades to the floor. So we're gonna, oh, yeah. Nice, big inhale here. As you exhale, reach up, shoulder blades come away from the floor. Big reach, and then relax it down. One more time, just like that. We inhale, as you exhale, reach up, shoulder blades away. Good, and then relax the shoulder blades down, and then reach the arms up and over the head. Really reach, shoulders come to the ears, making the sides of your body really long. And then bring yourself into a curve. So I'm going to reach my hands over to the right. So I'm getting this elongation through the left side of my body. Few deep breaths in and out through the nose. Good, and then bring yourself through center, slowly over to the other side. Few deep breaths, breathing space into the right side of the body. Good, back to center, arms come down by your sides. We're gonna bring the right ankle to the top of the left thigh. Bring your arms actually a little bit away from the body, give yourself a little room here. And we're going to windshield viper the leg. So the right top of the knee is going to come over, maybe touching. Doesn't have to, but just come all the way over to the right as far as it can go. And then through center, and then the right foot is going to try to find the floor. Again, it might not. That's okay. Just get as close as you can. And you're going to continue this side to side movement, nice and slow. Once you understand the movement, immediately refocus on the breath. Seal the lips in and out through the nose. Nice. Next time you come back through center, stop and change sides. So left ankle comes to the top of the right thigh and the same motion. However, be mindful that you might not have the same range from side to side, right? So don't push it, just using gentle movements and gravity to move our bodies here. The next time that you're moving through center, pause and unwind the legs. We're in a bridge position, arms come back by the sides. On your inhalation, both arms come all the way over the head so that the tops of the hands touch the floor above you. Exhale, arms come down and the hips lift up, pressing into the feet, the hips open. Good, lower the hips. Inhale, arms come up as the hips lower. Exhale, press through the feet, lift the hips, and the arms come by your sides. Good, continue this flow, following the deep breath in your own body. The next time that your hips are lifted and the arms are by your sides, stay in this bridge position. Slight tuck under of the chin so the back of your neck is nice and long. Good. Pressing into the feet, and then coming up onto the balls of the feet, squeezing your tush a little bit tighter as you press through the balls of the feet and the heels are lifted. Good. Big inhalation here, and as you exhale, slowly lower the heels and lower the bum back to the mat. Very nice. Hug the knees in wide outside the rib cage and give yourself a little massage on the low back. Good. Right foot is gonna come down. We're gonna bicycle the left leg. So we're gonna bring the knee as far towards the chest as it can go. Straighten it and then scoop it down, dragging the heel along the mat. And then back in. So full flexion of the knee and the hip. And then straightening it out. So we're making this kind of circle motion. Yeah. Good. Press into your right foot a little bit here to stay stable. So even though the left leg is doing all this movement, we need the other leg working for stability. So be aware of those two things happening, right? Dynamic movement through the left leg, and then this isometric stability in the other leg. Change directions of the circle. So the knee pulls, well, whatever you weren't doing that time. Now I can't remember, I was talking. Good. So pressure in that right foot. I want you to really focus on that pressure, almost like you're gonna lift your hips up off of the ground. So you're gonna feel your hamstring activate, probably. The core activate as you press into the right foot. And plant the left foot, and let's change sides. So draw the knee in tight, stretch out, and then drag the heel along the mat and back in. So getting this kind of flowing motion. And then start to notice that pressure and weight in the left foot. And then change direction of that circle, pushing the heel out, up, and the knee comes in. Good, maintaining that pressure into the foot. Notice the heat building in the left leg, right? That supporting leg. And set both legs down. Very nice. Clasp behind the hamstrings. And we're going to rock our way up into a seated position. And then from that seated position, push forward onto your hands to come into tabletop. Hands coming under the shoulders. Yep. Knees underneath the hips. Creating a nice stable table that you could put your most expensive china on, if anyone has china anymore. I don't know if they do. And we're going to start to make a big circle with the pelvis. Whatever direction comes naturally, go with it. Sweeping your bum back towards your heels. Good. Round and around. Inviting in deep breaths. Good. Change direction of the circle. Good, finding your center once again. We're going to bring the right foot forward to replace the right hand and press into a 90-90 position. As we come up, lifting the heart and a slight tuck under of the pelvis. Yeah, beautiful. The left arm is going to reach high up over the head, and we're going to reach over into a lateral bend. This arm is going to go to the inside of the inner thigh. As you press into the inner thigh, the thigh presses into the arm, and this gives you leverage to reach further over, right? So that's why we have this. It's for stability, but it's also to help us not just reach further in our lateral bend, but to take the heart center and open the heart slightly towards the sky. So looking up past the elbow, right? So it's like a blossoming flower, right? We really think about this idea of the body like growing big and open, right? Instead of congested and kind of closed off, right? We're really trying to, and the breath, right, it really helps with that. Good. Coming out of our lateral bend, we're going to come into a twist. Same idea. So the top of this arm is going to be on the outside of the thigh, right? And that's how I'm going to get my leverage. This hand goes to the low back. And I'm gently pressing, right? I'm not forcing or straining into the twist, right? But it's a little bit of encouragement into the twist. Looking over the shoulder, relax your shoulders down, relax your face. Deep breaths. Notice your belly moving. You're not breathing up into only your chest. You're sending the breath down into the belly. Good. When you inhale, come through center, reach up high, and then clasp onto opposite elbows. Yes, very nice. And then a slight back bend, ever so slight, nothing crazy, just a little bit of opening the heart towards the sky. Nice. The inhale reaches you high up again. And the exhale brings us back to our tabletop position. Okay, left foot comes forward, pressing up into that 90-90 position. Slight tuck under of the tail and an opening of the heart center. Good, finding this nice 90 degrees where you're feeling nice and stable. The inhale lifts the arm up high, and the exhale brings us into the lateral bend. Notice the bottom arm, right? Getting that pressure, that connection to help you not just reach laterally, but to open the heart up towards the sky. Once you are in stillness, focus on the breath. Squeeze a little through your back glute. That will also give you a little more stability and it will help to open up the hip flexor on the back leg. Good, your inhalation brings your arm high and the exhale is going to bring you into the twist. Yes, think length and lift in the spine on the inhale. So getting really tall, like you're trying to stretch the crown of your head up towards the sky, the ceiling, and depth of the twist on the exhale. Yeah, the exhale softens us. It surrenders the body into the shape, right? And it might just be happening in your mind. Or you might be like, I'm not really getting further, but I can feel the softening. You know, that's fine too. Inhaling, both arms come up and over the head. Exhale to find the clasping of the elbows. See if you could do the other way. Okay, so it's the whatever way feels weird and like not good is most likely the way you haven't done yet. Good. A very slight back bend, sending the elbows back. If you feel any tweakiness in your low back, do not do this. Good. The inhale brings us center and reach high. Exhale to return to your tabletop position. Lovely. We're going to bring the knees, I'll space this way. The knees are going to come wide and the ankles are going to come with the knees, right? So what I mean by that is that my ankles are behind my knees. My toes are not, like, shouldn't be able to see the feet behind you, right? They are in line with the knees. So from this position, you're going to very gently rock back and forth. This gets into a really interesting place in the hip flexors. Good, so we're just a gentle rocking back and forth. Good, last rock back. Very nice, bring the knees back underneath the hips. Spread those fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes underneath. We're gonna lift the knees 2 inches off of the floor and then a slight tuck under of the pelvis. So there's a little bit of rounding happening in the back as I hover, right? We're all hovering. It's a hovering table. Good, and looking like where your tops of your fingertips are. So don't let your head hang down. Good, yeah, keep hovering, keep bracing. So we're tucking the tail under, we're bracing, bracing, bracing through the core. Good, lower to the knees, big toes come to touch, and child's pose. Nice, rising back into the table, and tuck toes downward facing dog. We're in our first down dog of the day. Feel free to make adjustments. Feet are about hip distance apart. Hands can be about shoulder distance apart, maybe even a tiny bit wider. Yeah, nice. A little bend in the knees, heels are off of the floor. Very good. Glide forward into your plank position. Nice. We're gonna do a lazy up dog from here. So you're gonna stay on the balls of your feet. Gently, slowly lower the hips as your chest lifts and your gaze lifts. So this is a lazy up dog. We're standing a little back bend here. Good. If it's too much, right, you decide. You don't need to lower down as far as you can. And don't lower down so much that you're feeling any tension in the low back. And then send yourself to downward facing dog. Nice, we'll do that 2 more times. Glide forward to plank. Slowly lower the hips as you press the floor away. Chest opens, opens, opens. Downward facing dog. Last trip forward. Find the plank first. Slowly lower the hips as the chest opens. Downward facing dog. Very nice. The right leg is going to lift high. Yeah, really stretch back in your 3-legged dog, like you're trying to reach your heel to the wall behind you. Look between the thumbs. We're going to bring that foot to the top of the mat. Very nice. Lower the back knee down. Top of the foot comes down. Yeah, very good. The right arm is going to do some circles here. So there's a few options. We can bend the back knee. We're not going to grab the heel or anything like that, but if you want to try to bend the back knee, you can. Or you don't have to do that, so that's your first option. And then the right arm, we're going to reach back, like you're going to grab the ankle, but you're not going to, and then you're going to sweep the arm forward. So it's a reach back, big, open, 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 reach, look behind you. Inhale, reach high, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Good. The next time you're reaching back, stay reaching back, look back. Good. If your knee is bent, you're not on your kneecap. So you have to get in a position where this back hip is super open so that you're actually resting the weight of the back leg like above the kneecap on your very low thigh. So if you can't get in that position, you're on your kneecap, I would just straighten your leg because that's just really uncomfortable. Good. So we're looking, we're reaching, we're breathing. All right, plant the hand, tuck the toe, downward facing dog. Big inhalation through the nose. Through the mouth, exhale, let it go. The inhalation lifts the left leg high. Pause here, breathe in your 3-legged dog. Reaching, reaching back, try to straighten the lifted knee. Look between the toes or between the thumbs and bring that leg forward. Nice, take your time. Drop the back knee down, top of the foot comes down. No rush. Take a look, the knee is over the ankle, okay? Make that happen. Do what you need to do to make that happen. Good, good. Option to bend the back knee. Again, it's not a make or break situation, just if it works for you. And we're gonna start that circle with the left arm. So the inhale reaches up and back. Exhale reaches through and forward. Continue with the breath. The next time you're reaching back, hold. Look over the shoulder, reach towards the ankle and breathe. So holding and breathing here, people. Good. Plant the hand, tuck the back toes. If the leg was lifted, lift the knee, downward facing dog. Very good. Looking to the top of the mat between the fingers and start to walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Fold forward when you get there. Bend in the knees, clasping onto elbows, ragdoll. Let your head go. And a gentle sway side to side. Good. Let the elbows go on your next inhalation. Find halfway lift. Hands come to shins. Exhale to fold forward. 2 more times. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Through your half lift, press down into the feet to lift yourself up. Exhale to Tadasana, arms by your sides. Yeah, very nice. Inhale to bring the arms over the head. Exhale, full forward fold. Push your butt back. Halfway lift on an inhalation. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise to stand. Arms come over the head. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your side. One more time. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, push your bum back. Swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise to stand on an inhale. Bend the knees as you rise up. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Very nice. Okay. I'm gonna just step here, otherwise I'm smacking my hands into the fan. All right, the inhale brings both arms up high, and the exhale brings you into chair. Very nice. So you're finding your chair position. Your butt is going back. Your thumbs are reaching to the wall behind you. Feel free to open up your arms a little. So they don't have to be straight up like the number 11. They can be open more like the letter V, right? Notice if that helps make a difference in comfort to you. Very good. Bring the arms out in front. Nice. So we're going to connect the shoulder and the hip, and we're going to do some motion here, motion in the ocean, where the right arm and the right hip are going to reach forward, and the left leg is going to straighten as the left shoulder goes back. It sounds complicated, it's really not. So we're going to take the right shoulder and hip forward and hold. So look down. Your right knee should be deeply bent. Your left knee is almost straight. Yep, and your upper back is turned, in this case for me, it's turned towards you. Nice. Now bring everything back to center and change sides. So now the left arm reaches forward and the pelvis follows. Good. Take a look down. Your left knee should be deeply bent. Your right leg is straightening, not straight, but straightening. And now your upper back is facing the other way, right? Probably, yes. Good. Back to center. And we keep changing sides. So we're going to do this many times. Reach forward. Center. Other side. Reach. And center. Keep rotating. Notice how the shoulders are tied together. Right? So as one shoulder, when the hip and shoulder move, they move together. Good. Keep going. One more on each side. Good. Once you're back to center, stand up, shoulder roll. Very nice. Cool. So let's do a little paddle simulation using this concept. So what we're thinking of, I don't know if you've ever heard your coach say, turn your upper back towards the water, but this is a cue that is used. I've used it before in my boat. And what that basically means is that instead of going forward and back, right, when we're paddling, like this, right, instead of that, we need a whole nother dimension, right? We're not just moving, and this is called the sagittal plane, I believe, front to back. Maybe it's frontal. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We need to add in the transverse plane of motion, and that's rotation, right? So we're not just going forward and back, we're going forward and rotating and then coming back. Does that make sense? So we must have that rotation. So let's all pretend like the water is on the right side of our bodies for this. We're going to bend the knees. During our hinge forward, we are going to rotate. It's exactly what we were just doing and come back to center. So we're practicing. We are coming forward. We're also rotating and coming back to that. You don't have to worry too much about your arms. We're really trying to focus on the shoulders and the hips and the core, okay? So we're going to spend, I'll grab my timer. We're going to spend 30 seconds just on this side. Just on this side, practicing that connection with the legs, the shoulders, the core rotation. Okie dokie, let's go. 30 seconds on the clock. If you want to add the breath, inhale as you reach out, exhale as you come back to center. So I want your hips and shoulders coming square between each stroke, right? So we rotate and then come back to square. One more time. Relax, stand up, nice job. Good. Little shake, little roll, and we will do the second side. You'll probably notice that one side might have a little more coordination than the other. That might be the side that you normally paddle on, right? And for many reasons, we might only paddle on one side. It's not realistic for everybody to be able to do both, but it's still good in this environment to practice both. All right, so 30 seconds. So now the water is on the left side, okay? On the left side, which means that we need to move the shoulder, the left shoulder and hip forward, right, into that rotation this time. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good, keep it going. Good. Moving the hips will move the shoulders. Don't think about the shoulders being the thing moving. Think about the hips moving and the shoulders are just along for the ride. Good, 10 seconds remaining. And done. Nice job, very good, everybody. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the other side. We're gonna add in the third dimension. Yes, that is true. There are 3 dimensions, right? So if I show you this from the front, it's going to make a lot of sense. We have forward. We know that one. We just did that one. Let's pretend the water is on my right. Might look like the left, but this is my right, right? So I'm forward, right? I'm rotated. What's the third? You can't say it, you're all muted, but I know somebody out there is like lateral bend, right? So this is then the lateral bend. It's all 3. It is hinging at the hip, right? We've got the rotation in the hip here, right? So I'm forward, I'm rotated, and now I drop into the water laterally. Notice what happens to my shoulders. So right now, my shoulders are square, right? My hips are actually square too. They're just, one is in front of the other. I have to get into the water. How do I do that? I laterally bend. Now look, this is the position, right? Now I am out, right? I'm out of the boat and my body weight is on the paddle as I press through, right? Sorry, I hit the fan. I can press down now. If my top hand is still in the boat, how am I going to press down? It doesn't make sense, right? Like, you can very clearly see that's not going to work. I've got to get out of the boat, right? The only way to get out of the boat is through a lateral bend, and that's what we're going to practice this time. So let's pretend that the water's on the right side. I think it'd be probably helpful if I stayed square to you maybe, but there's no way to know because none of you guys can tell me. So we're gonna reach out forward. We're in our little chair, right? It doesn't have to be deep. We're in our chair. So we already have the hinge forward. We've already got that. Let's add the rotation. Yes. And let's add the lateral bend and hold. So now my shoulders are stacked. If you look at your top hand, it's over your bottom hand basically, right? In the sense that it's like not to the left or the right. Yeah, very good. Hold and breathe. Squeeze your legs, squeeze your core. Good. Press through your imaginary water and come all the way to square. Relax. Good. So I saw somebody do this. Don't ever do that. I can't see it on my glass. I don't know who you are. But sorry, but don't get into this. Don't do that. So as you come up, remember, your arms don't have to do anything. As soon as you stand, that's it. You're stood. Look, your arm, this is where your exit is out of the water. It's here. It is not here. Then you're shoveling water into this poor person sitting behind you. You're just shoveling water, right? And you press through, you're at the hip and you're good. All right, let's practice again. So we're forward. Yes, we've got our rotation. Yes, lateral bend. Stack the top shoulder over the bottom and really open your chest to your imaginary seatmate. Hold and breathe, hold and breathe. Your right knee is deeply bent. Your left leg is almost straight. Good. Press through the water. Square. Nice. Good. So let's practice that. When we come press through the water, let's practice being in this position. So water side arm is by the hip. Top hand is about shoulder height. All right. Arms up, bend the knees, rotate through the hips. The hips are what rotate, and that moves the rest of the body. Lateral bend, drop into the water. You are outside the boat, leaning over the gunnel. Yes, look forward to your drummer. Hold, hold, breathe, breathe. Good, press through. Good, all right. Let's put it all together. So let's start in this position this time. You are standing. Your water side arm is by your hip. Your inside arm is about shoulder height. And we're going to do 30 seconds trying to put together all 3 dimensions of the stroke in 3, 2, and 1. Feel the lateral bend, because that's the hardest one to get, in my opinion, as I watch people. People can, everyone can hinge forward almost. Well, most people. Most people are okay, rotation. It's the lateral bend that is the hardest. So that's what I want. So hinge, rotate, and then really bend. Like, don't be afraid. Yeah, exactly, Shannon. You're not going to fall over most likely. And if you do, I won't tell anybody. There's not a secret newsletter going out or anything like that. And relax. Nice job. Shake it out. Take a second, and we'll do the other side. Because, yeah, I mean, it's just something. This is sort of makes sense to people, right? Like my hip is moving, my shoulder, I'm in the rotation. It's this. It's the tipping outside the boat. That's what makes the difference. And that's why we do so much lateral bending in Poga, because I'm trying to get everyone comfortable with this lateral bend, right? Not just twisting or hinging, because we need those too. It's the bending. It's scary, right? Because you're leaning out of the boat, which I understand is disconcerting perhaps. But as we know, actually, if everyone's leaning out, the boat is actually a lot more stable. All right, let's try our second side in 3, 2, and begin. So I'm going to water side arm ends at the hip. So as you pull through or press through, you're not moving your arm out behind you. So we're trying to build really positive muscle memory here. This doesn't have to be super fluid. Work on that lateral bend as you come forward. Really pause for a beat and make sure that you're actually opening that other side and scrunching that water side obliques. Last stroke. And rest. Nice. Shake it out, roll it out, shake the legs. Yeah, really great. All right, paddle simulation is over. Awesome. All right, so from our Tadasana position, so we are at the top of the mat, feet are about hip distance apart, arms by your sides. Yep, we're gonna take a big step back with the left leg. Yes, we're in a long lunge position. Slight tuck under the pelvis, a little bend in the back knees, slight bend. Arms are going to come out 90 degrees in the elbows, palms facing forward. Yes, very nice. We're going to hinge forward at the front hip. Yep. And we're going to try not to let the arms collapse as we do this. So keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. Chest is very open. And we are heavy over that front leg. Nice. We have 5 angel arms. So we're going to reach the arms over the head. Exhale, bring them down. 4 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. Continue. 3, 4. Last one, and 5. Good. Plant the left hand and the out on the inside of the foot. You might have to stretch that leg back a little bit further and reach up with the arm. So we are twisting towards the direction of the leg that is forward. Very good. Good. Look down. This hand is going to come to the inside of the foot. And you're going to plant the back. Oh, I should be on this side so that I'm not facing away from you. Okay. And then, so you're going to plant the back foot. Notice that my back toes are pointed towards you. So look and just see what is happening with the back foot. Yes. Very nice. Good. We're going to take this elbow, put it right on top of the thigh. So you're just hanging out. Yep. Very casual. Very casual. Yep, I feel like everyone's adjusting their camera trying to see me. And then this arm goes up and over the head. So this is called extended side angle. Yes, nice. So to make this more challenging, we can take the weight off of the elbow. So I have no weight on this arm. And I'm holding myself up through the leg and through the core. So take your chest, your heart center, see if you can open up towards the sky a little. Nicely done. Good. Look down. You're going to plant both hands, lift the back heel. We're in a low lunge position. High plank. Good. Yep. From the high plank, we're going to lower down knees and then to the chest. Hug the elbows in. Big back bend, cobra. Hold that cobra for a few breaths. Good. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Good. Walk your hands all the way to walk your feet all the way to your hands. Pull forward over the legs. Good. Bend the knees and then stand up, reaching the arms over the head. Nice. Tadasana, arms by your sides. Take a big step back with the right leg. Gonna go on this side. Nice. So we are in hopefully the opposite leg. We're gonna bring the arms up into our goddess, 90 degrees in the elbows, and then hinge forward at the left hip. We have 5 angel arms reaching over the head. Let's begin. We come up, squeeze down, up, squeeze down, 3 to go, reach, keep breathing, 2 to come. Last one. Good. Plant the right hand or whatever hand is on the inside. Stretch that back leg a little bit further back and reach up. You're twisted in the direction of the leg that is forward. So your chest is open and you're reaching up. Yeah, so your chest should be facing the leg that is forward. Hopefully that is happening for everybody. Good. Look down. Plant that hand on the inside of the foot. Now both hands are down. Yes. Okay. And then open the back foot up. So the toes are pointed towards me. All right. We're going to take the elbow, pop it onto the thigh. So we're in extended side angle position. Front toes are facing front. Back toes are 90-degree angle to those toes, right? It's like this. Yes. Reach the arm up and over the head, extended side angle. Good. Doing your best to really open your chest towards the sky. So we're not collapsed forward. Really open us as much as you can. Option to take pressure off of the elbow and hold yourself using the legs and the core. And then breathe. Nice. Look down. And we're going to plant both hands. But instead of coming into plank here, we're going to walk yourself to the center and pigeon toe both of the toes. So the outer edges of your feet are parallel with the outer edges of your mat. You are in a very wide stance and you're going to forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Let the top of your head come down to the floor. Relax your upper body. Relax your upper body completely. As much as possible, you are relaxing the upper body. Pour a little weight into the outer edges of your feet so that you're not collapsing in on the inner arches, especially if you tend to pronate like I do. Nice. Halfway lift from here. So you're in a halfway lift position, just the same as we do from our fold. Yeah, perfect. We're going to take the right hand and we're going to reach it across. It might make contact. You might grab onto something or it might not. That's fine. But we're going to reach it under and across and then take that arm and reach it up towards the sky. So we are in a twist. So the left arm is reaching up. Good. If you can reach onto some part of the body, that's great. If not, doesn't matter. Just keep your hand on the floor and twist and reach. And breathe, 2. Good. Look down, back through center, change your twist. Left arm reaches under right. And then the right arm's going to reach high. Okay, lowering down. Good, we're gonna heel, come into halfway lift and then heel toe your feet towards each other until you are in a good position for a yogi squat. Your toes are out, your heels are in, start to drop your hips down. Now you might end up more like this, that's okay. If you wanna put a block under your butt, that's also fine. If you are in the full yogi squat, press your elbows into the inside of your knees, press your palms together. See if you can open your chest, relax your shoulders, and breathe. Notice your low belly expanding and contracting. Good. Look over your, wherever the top of your mat is. For me, I'm gonna look left, but look what direction the top of your mat is, look that way. And then bring your hands over and come into plank. Yeah, nice. Good. Drop down to the knees and lower down. Hug the elbows in. Back bend on an inhale. Good. Last down dog on the exhale. Good. Dropping down to the knees and pushing back onto your bum. Do a few stretches here. We're going to lean back on the hands. Feet are down. Yes, you're going to take the right ankle, put it on top of the left thigh. And then, so the way that this can be adjusted, the longer I am, the easier the sensation, the less sensation. The more I sort of sandwich myself together, the more of a stretch this is. This is basically a pigeon. So if you're familiar with the pigeon pose, it is the same stretch through this leg. So no matter where you end up, I want you pressing your knee away from you with your brain, not literally with your hand. But you're trying to press this knee away from you, and that will give you a greater sensation. Also, lifting the chest is going to give you greater sensation, right? So the more extended, or I should say just lengthened that your spine is, will give you more of a sensation as well. Good. Finding stillness and breath. Nice. Unwind, nice and slow, and change sides. Just noticing there might be a difference, that's fine. Accommodate your body. And once you find the position, lift your chest, press the knee away, and breathe. Nice, unwind the legs, bring your feet at least as wide as your mat. Do that first, because for some reason when I teach, this is the hard one for people. Bring your feet really wide, at least as wide as your mat, maybe even outside your mat. Okay, and then windshield wiper the knees side to side. Nice. I always end up scooching up every time. Does that happen to everybody? I'm like literally moving forward towards you. But this is internal rotation for the hip. So it's good. It's a good one. Okay, good. Come to lie down on your back from here. A hugging of the knees, and then let the knees go all the way over to the right side. So the hips are stacked and the thighs are stacked. You might have a little elevation of the top leg, that's okay. Take the hand and use it to sort of weigh yourself down. Left arm is reaching out with the palm facing up. If it's okay for your neck, look over to that left extended arm. Good. Through center, nice and easy, changing sides, shifting yourself over. Nice, back through center, stretch your legs really long, stretch the arms up over the head, big stretch from fingertips to toe tips. Deep breath. Good, knees hug in, roll yourself into a seated position. Good, taking a second, bringing hands together, noticing the breath, just a quiet moment. Acknowledging what a privilege it is for us to be able to gather in this way. Take a moment of gratitude for ourselves, for coming to class, right? For making it here on this holiday weekend. Gratitude to all of those that practice with us, right? That make it a priority so we can have a class to do our yoga together. And finally, we thank and honor all of the teachers who have walked the path before us, acknowledging that we are benefiting from an ancient lineage, the lineage of our yoga, right? This yoga that we are pulling from to become better paddlers, better teammates, better people. We have great gratitude and honor for that history. With this heart of gratitude, we can end class with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I'm just going to stop recording and then we can talk.